This was not a dramatic turn. No disasters, no big rescue, no fake YouTube panic. Just a wet piece of beautiful walnut, a natural edge, a very thin wall, and the wood delivers on everything. Doesn't need any of that, doesn't need any hype. The wood does all the talking.
All right, the walnut blank is pretty steady here. I need to get a nice flat surface so that I can mount the worm chuck, the worm screw into it. So I found center, which is right here. So I'm going to try and just dig a little bit of a hole here.
Now that I have a rough outline where the chuck's going to go, I'm going to take a sharp chisel and remove any bark and a little bit of sapwood to get a nice flat surface. Then I'm going to mount it onto my stronghold chuck with the worm screw. Getting better at doing that. It's kind of fun now. I used to be afraid of it. Now I can do it. The piece is pretty lopsided. I got one of the branches a little heavier than the other. Not that big of a deal. The lathe handles it no problem. So now I'm going to flatten the bottom, and I'm going to take and put a curve on the edges and try to make that curve from the bottom meet the top lip. I'm starting to make some progress. I'm starting to get something that is shaped like a bowl from the outside. So first I'm just going to round that corner over, try to make that bottom flat, and then work my way up. The blank was not round. I didn't cut it on my bandsaw. So you can see that I'm turning some air there, but I want a round bowl. So I'm going to keep working that edge until I get a completely round bowl. It won't be at the top. There'll be some waviness on the rim, but the side I want to be round. I thought this was kind of cool. It's very wet, so I'm getting these long shavings, and there I've slowed it way down. That's 25% speed. So I'm pulling those long shavings off. You can see where I've got sapwood and I've got heartwood in there. This is going to be a spectacular bowl. There you can see some more of that sapwood and some more of that heartwood. Now I'm going to work the base. First I'm going to drill for my token. This gives me a place well to put the token, and eventually to take the tailstock and bring it up and keep the piece on the lathe and it's not hit me in the snot locker. I'm liking the shape of the outside wall. I have a little bit of tear out, so I'm going to take a skew chisel, put it on its side, and use it as a negative rake scraper and try to clean that up a little bit. Maybe reduce some sanding. It's not going to work. There's a lot of sanding coming. Joy. With the outside close enough, I'm going to take it off the lathe and I'm going to try and remount it. There you can see where I dug out the piece there into the sapwood and I had the chuck mounted. Now I'm going to mount the chuck to the foot that I cut and I'm going to begin hollowing. Most of this bark on the surface is going to have to go off, but I want the rim to have bark on it. So I'm going for a natural edge bowl with bark on. So first I'm going to kind of cut the center of the bowl out. I'm turning a little bit of air here because the top is not flat. I don't want it to be. I'm not going to make it flat. I'm going to leave that bark on and leave the top the shape that it is. I'm still hollowing, starting in the center and working my way out, checking my progress. I got a lot of ways to go. The sapwood is still showing itself as white, but as we go deeper through the sapwood, the heartwood will start to show. I'm going to start reducing that wall. I'm going for about 3/8 of an inch wall thickness, which is, I think, is in the range of about 10 millimeters. So we're going to keep going down through, exposing that heartwood as we go down, and we'll keep watching that as we go through the video. Now I've switched to the carbide rougher. I kind of feel like I should keep using the old-fashioned tools. Going to the carbide seems like cheating. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about carbide tools? Should I stick maybe with the bulk gouge, or should I try to do carbides? The carbide's nice because I can get in there. I got a lot of cameras in the way, and this carbide really takes stuff off really fast. Here we stop it to check our progress, and you're starting to see just a hint of the hardwood coming through the sapwood. So as we go deeper, we're going to see more and more of that. The carbide is just heating up this sapwood, this green wood. As you see, coming off in big, long ribbons, really making short work of it. That wall's getting thinner and thinner. Okay, we're going to stop and check our progress here in a couple of seconds. And we're going to start to see more of that heartwood showing through the sapwood as we go through it. I'm continuing to reduce the size of the bottom, the thickness of the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to go after the nub here because I think I'm getting to the final thickness. I don't need the tailstock. It's no longer out of balance. So I'm going to pull that little nub off the bottom and I'm going to lose tailstock, which is going to let me really fine tune that bottom. And there you can see, there's the heartwood. Okay, we're getting real close. I'm starting to like the wall thickness. Before I go any deeper and do any more to the sides, I'm going to reinforce the bark with some thin CA glue. So I'm just going to coat the entire bark with CA glue inside and out and hit it with the accelerator. Then I'm going to work on reducing the outside, giving me a better shape. I gotta like the inside shape. The outside's not quite where I want it, so I'll just kind of fine tune that, dial it in. Okay, I'm happy with the outside. I cleaned up any CA glue that made its way down. Now I'm going to switch to the inside. You can see the heartwood there a little bit. I originally was going to go for 3/8 on the wall thickness. I'm closer to about 1/4 of an inch or about 6 millimeters. So I've got a little bit of a hump in the middle. I'm going to flatten that off and make sure I don't have a funnel, make sure I have a nice even side working my way across. And as you listen to that side, the side is starting to sound really thin. There goes that tone changes. That's the thin side. We're really starting to dial this in. This part usually gets edited out, but I do use calipers to check the side thickness. So I got a feel for where I'm going. I think I'm pretty good on the sides. They sound pretty thin. Then I'm going to move to the bottom. So I'm going to really get closer. The bottom is a little thick for my taste, so I'm going to try and make sure I don't have a funnel here, that I've got a flat bottom, making sure I've got that set. I'm going to keep coming up the sides there. Kind of in editing, I'm seeing myself do this and I'm cringing a little bit. I was pushing myself. That wall is thin and it sounds thin. So as I go through the side there, hopefully I won't go through. With the thickness the way I want to, I'm going to switch to sanding. There's a lot of sanding. I'm going to edit most of this sanding out because I can't really power sand because the bowl edge is rough, it's not flat, and it just tears the paper up. So I can do a little bit of power sanding here on the inside, but most of this was by hand. So this was a lot of it. It was a pain, and it went on for what seemed like forever. Okay, it's green. It's very wet. It's giving off a lot of moisture. I'm going to put some shellac on it, try to slow it down, see if I can't replace some of that water. I'm going to let it sit overnight, maybe for a couple of days. Then I'm going to hand sand it off the lathe. Now, this wood is just spectacular. There's all kinds of figure right here. This is Walnut Always Delivers. One of my favorites. I'm going to put on a thick coat of shellac and maybe another because I want it to seal it so it doesn't move any more than is necessary. A little bit of movement is okay. I'm probably not going to remount it on the lathe. So this is really the way it's going to look. It's a little bit rustic, but that's what a natural edge bowl is. Some seal on it. This is a spectacular piece. Okay, a couple of days later, the shellac has been dried. I did a little bit of hand sanding on it, not much. I'm going to use a friction drive here with some friction pads I got online. And I'm going to mount it in reverse, and I'm going to clean that foot up with a skew chisel on its side. Because I've got a little bit there where the chuck was. There's some of the shellac didn't quite get it. I didn't sand in there well enough. Clean the foot up a little bit and get ready for the Waterlux. First coat of Waterlux is going to be their satin finish. I'm going to use this as a sealer to make sure everything's closed up. Later, I'm going to move on. I am thinking at this point gloss. I'm not sure yet. I haven't gotten that far yet. And even as I edit this, it's not quite done yet. It's still drying. I'm going to end up putting 2 coats of this satin on there with a buffing in between. And And then I'm strongly leaning towards gloss. I've never done gloss on a natural edge. Yeah, the gloss isn't going to work out. I'm going to add it, but it's not going to work out. Okay, off camera, I put several coats of Waterlux gloss onto it, and I absolutely hate it. I don't like it. It doesn't fit. I don't like the shine. It looks terrible on camera. Looks worse in person. It's got a nice soft feel to it. I like that, but I hate it. So I'm going to buff it up with some 320 grit sandpaper inside and out. Really go over it to give the next layer a mechanical bite. And then I'm going to hit it with just some Waterlux satin, just some plain, nothing fancy. It's not 100% what I want, but it's close.
Okay, here we go. Replace the gloss with the satin. We have two branches here. There's the crotch piece. Kind of looks like the alien hand we had before in some of those other bowls. I'll put a link at the end. Nice figure here. It continues on the other side where the crotch was. I took all of that off. I left a little bit of the gloss onto the bark. I kind of like that because the bark's a little glossy. But this one is done in the books. Little bit of drama at the end, nothing too major. I just did some experimenting and I lost. But that's how it goes, and now I know, and I prefer these to be more of a natural wood to this. Still a little plasticky, but not there. So what do you think I should have done? Should I have left the gloss on, or should I have taken the gloss off? What are your thoughts on this? Okay, this one's a wrap. My wife added her birds to it. She was very excited about that this week. This is another gorgeous piece. That figure, as I'm zooming in right there, is just incredible. I love this bowl. I love this wood. Walnut always delivers. I want to thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe. So let me know in the comments, which do you like better? Do you like the epoxies better, or do you like the live edge better, or should I just go for regular bowls? Let me know what you think. I'm always open to suggestions. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.